tone. There's some real money in the room.
Hey man, say man, y'all already know what I'm about to say, man. It's the most hated blogger in Texas, RealToonTV, and we are in the mix. Listen, look, I'm gonna keep it gangster with y'all from the rip. Like, I really didn't want to discuss this, didn't want to talk about this because I'm so over the Fort Worth beef. Like, I'm over it. I'm over all that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, none of what them niggas got going on, because it's just like, at this point, it's dry. Like, y'all been beefing for way too long, way too many years, and most of it's over a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Some of it's over nothing, right? Boogotti and CJ Kasino, in particular, while I didn't give a fuck about it, you know, it's one of them things to where it is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's something that it might not be, you know, Young Thug YSL news. It may not be J Prince Whack 100. It might seem like some backyard sibling rivalry, but it is big news. The CJ Boogotti Kasino beef was one of the biggest beefs of the year when it first happened, when it first transpired, when it first started to really hit the media, right? And so I want to get into all that, but I'm gonna make a few points, and I'm gonna start off by doing this, right? So the points that I'm gonna make are gonna be different ways of looking at this shit, right? Because the real question is it good that they quit beefing? Is it bad that they quit beefing? Will they start beefing again? Like, does this make one of them look bad and the other look good? Like, what does this mean, right? What does this mean? So I'm just gonna say the first way of looking at it is the black man's way of looking at it, right? The black man's way of looking at it. I'm a black man, and do I think that do I want to see them beef until they kill each other, or some young niggas crash out trying to earn a name or a strike, you know what I'm saying, for one of the other? Like, is that what I want to see? Is that what we want? No. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with squashing some beef, especially if the beef is still in a position to where the beef can be squashed, right? I think that me personally, I have nothing against CJ Kasino anymore. You know, I didn't like him talking about Five, but I came to the conclusion that, like, anything CJ may have said about Jada or to Jada, considering CJ's position as a rapper, his element and where he's from, like, he's in every right to feel entitled to say what he wanted to say about him. Long live Five, by the way. But that's the reality. Like, and I'm gonna go as far as to show you guys why I say that. Okay, so we're just gonna use this tab right here, and this tab is a very interesting tab, right? Because we see like CJ and Boogotti, or this is a Boogotti song, but we type in Boogotti Kasino's name, and we'll see him and CJ are already making music. So they wasted no time getting in the studio. They wasted no time hugging and getting back cool or clicking up. It's like they've been wanting to do this for quite some time. And I'm personally gonna say, like, it's like I'm jumping around, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. So just because we got to deal with the most important piece, right? The Jada piece. Okay, and this may be one of the hardest pieces to deal with for not just myself, but for all the fans, for Boogotti, for CJ, because Boogotti was supposed to be this big Jada, you know, Jada, like your big home. I mean, well, it was like your little homie, you know what I'm saying? And like, he also is a rally call for the rest of Stop Six. Like, his death is like, it was a major thing for the entire Fort Worth music scene. Now, he may have been the most hated rapper ever to walk the streets of Fort Worth after his death. More hated than Yayo. Like, the one thing, like, I think everybody can agree on is that J-Dub single-handedly is more hated than Yayo. because even though Yayo is hated by all sides of Fort Worth, including his own, he's still loved. You know what I mean? He still has millions of fans, and Jada has millions of fans too, but it's nowhere near the level that Yayo was able to experience. You know, a lot of J-Dub's fame and success he got to experience after he died, so he never got to experience it truthfully. And so, but with that being said, CJ's talked a lot of shit about J-Dub, and that's Boogotti's little homie, and he's dead. So honestly and truly, a lot of people are feeling like Boogotti's like, come on, bro, you supposed to slide for five or stand on business about your dead homie. But like, if you just being a realist about the situation, like, what did you expect CJ to do? Okay, because unless Boogotti made J-Dub take that chain, then which Boogotti said he didn't do, like he just kind of did it on his own or whatever the reason was. J-Dub also said the same thing. Then it's like CJ, you know, he's really just defending himself at this point. So like you got Nike Part 2 going on. You know what I'm saying? He putting OGs in the video. You know what I'm saying? He got Dicks in the video, like real credible people. You know what I'm saying? That y'all don't know Baby Evil. Baby Evil, that's one of them niggas. Baby Evil getting on Percy ass at one point. Percy ain't no small nigga, so you know what I'm saying? But like I'm talking, Jada was talking big noise about CJ in the hood with his chain, banning him from there. That's just one song though. Like they said we was gonna die white die. Walk around the hood with got my video took down, nigga. You got that. Guarantee I get your ass beat stuff for them projects. Okay, but then there's another video. So right here, this probably one of Jada just hardest songs, like just the beat. I don't know who made this beat. Whoever made this beat, that's he run Fort Worth. Whoever that made this beat, that's who run the Fort Worth music. Because this is the sound of Fort Worth right here. This beat. We gonna slide on the block every hour you late. I don't die every hour you take. Tell your big homie for cotton the phone don't time that nigga. You gave me your chain, I told you it's mine. The nigga don't lie no. So with that being said, like, you know, Jada talked enough shit for everybody involved, to where it's like, you know, what do you expect a nigga like CJ to do? You know what I'm saying? Like sit there and get talked about, right? Like, I think once, so boom, let's continue on J-Dub, right? So when J-Dub's friends were found guilty of his murder, it kind of, I think, alleviated any association of his death from CJ. Okay, so CJ has no like grounds to really still speak on that. We know you ain't do that. Like, we ain't even mad at you over that. We understand that you had to say what you had to say because he said what he said about you, right? So you ain't kill him. So at the end of the day, like, that's water under the bridge. It's words, and sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. So I don't think anybody can be mad. I don't think anybody can be mad at that situation, right? So the very second point, long live five, I had to get that out the way, is so I actually spoke on CJ talking down on Jada. Like I say, this was my initial grievance against CJ. When I did that, I got a call from Boogotti's baby mama, who y'all know as his baby mama. Some know her as Shawnee Boo, some know her as Shantavia. However it is, she called me. Okay. She called me. Now, this back in my Fort Worth days, so y'all know I was really out there. Like, I wasn't out there flexing or doing any of the things that I'm doing in Houston. Skylar Chanel. Like, you know, I'm having dogs and French bulldogs and shit like that. Like, you know, I'm just on a whole nother level. You know, I got a whole brand that I LLC'd and trademark called Produce Not Bought, you know, which I'm wearing now. And so, you know, however it is, we having French bulldogs on deck. But however it is, like in Fort Worth, I was not on that. I was out there thugging, chilling, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Interviewing in the trap, pulling up to the trap, buying pounds, just doing the most, right? And so however it is, it's no surprise. It's no surprise that I would know Shantavia. So You know, I never really spoke on this publicly, but out of respect for her and, you know, a relationship with Boo. But, you know, she called me. Okay. She called me and she called me and she told me, she basically checked me. Like, she got on my ass and was like, you know, I guess I was talking about her cousin. You know what I'm saying? She's saying I'm calling her cousin. I'm talking about her cousin. I was like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, I had just did a real life Street Stars interview, and I just want to pull up all the facts just so you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to deal with you troll and motherfuckers who you know, say this, that, and the third. But if you go to my real life Street Stars interview, RealToonTV, you'll see that I had a lot to say. Uh, I just had a lot to say regarding um like CJ and Jada. You see what I'm saying? Like, I had a whole lot to say. And so whatever it is and however it is, I had a lot to say at that time. And Shantavia, Boogotti's baby mama, right, who died, was killed, called me and checked me about it. And so at this time, J-Dub's dead, right? So I'm like seeing videos of Boo posting, you know what I'm saying, of you, him, and her. So I can see, like, you know, there was a genuine love for Jada, a genuine, you know, care. You see CJ's talking reckless about Boogotti at this time. Boogotti really wasn't defending himself at the time. So how are you calling me defending CJ, right? And then even after that, CJ has something to say about Shantavia. So let's get into that, right? So what that told me was, regardless of whatever the issue between Boo and CJ, J-Dub, and everybody in between was, like, the ladies of Fort Worth, at least the ones who were actually involved in their lives, didn't give a fuck about none of that shit, like, at all. Like, what they didn't like it. They cared about each other. You know, she probably done cooked for CJ and everything else. CJ done been over there at them people's house, and, you know, they had real bonds and real relationships. So with that being said, you know, from my experience with her, literally my last conversation with her, like 2 weeks probably before she passed, or was killed, was like defending CJ. So regardless of what people might be saying, like, man, this nigga CJ done said this, that, and third about Boo, it's like, bro, like, I feel like personally, Shantavia would want this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, she want them niggas to come together and cut that dumb shit out and get to the money. At the end of the day, now, let me say this, because while CJ, I think the most disrespectful thing CJ said was, I don't give a fuck who it was. I don't care if it was your daughter. Well, you know, it was very disrespectful, but it ain't like CJ did it. You know what I'm saying? If he did it, then it'll be like, okay, ain't no coming back from that. But it's like, again, he's defending himself. You know what I'm saying? And people were expecting some sympathy or empathy from him. And it's not his responsibility to give y'all that. Like, that's not his responsibility, especially at that time. Right. And so I don't even think that's really disrespecting her. It's really just saying, like, nigga, fuck all y'all. And I don't care what happens. Like, you know, that's my op. So why would I care about, you know, what's going on in their life? So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, for those of you who are saying it's weak for them to get back because of that, miss me with that. Now, I'm just gonna address the elephant, okay? Boogotti had a lot to say about CJ's dead mom, right? Now, I've never had the honor and pleasure of meeting her, so I'm not gonna speak on her. I'm not gonna speak on that. But what I do know for a fact is that anybody who I've had dealings with, if something were to ever happen to me and Scholar Chanel needs to be bred, or Scholar Chanel needs water and food, and she needs to go to shows and she needs to do video shoots and stuff like that, I would want you to put her in that position or do your part. If you had some prior knowledge on the dog game and whatever else is coming with it, I would want you to take care of my little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I just, You know what I'm saying? For those who are saying that is another thing is like sticks and stones. Like Boogotti may have said what he said, but like when she was here, it was all love. You know what I'm saying? So it's another one of them things, sticks and stones, people. Sticks and stones. So me personally, I'm not mad at Boogotti or CJ for getting together. Like, you supposed to do that. Y'all should have been did that when we called the meeting at the church on Truman. Behind the matter of fact, we weren't on Truman, but we was in Stop 6 behind the projects, like right across the street from the project. Y'all should have did that then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on that type time with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But you know, y'all picking and choosing which OGs you fucking with and which OGs is, man, all that is the extra. Like, what we witnessed on the internet that just happened, CJ and Kasino and Boogotti coming together and doing music together and getting in the studio, that's what it's about. Now, that's one way to look at it, and that's my position, okay? So I'm standing with them squashing their beef. But here's another way to look at it. Like, as a gangster or a real nigga, like, how are you supposed to look at these niggas going back and forth like that? Like, it has to be some punching, thumping, something that has to have happened that's so catastrophic to where it made me pick up the phone to call you. It can't just be like we both realized that we spinning in circles and this shit ain't working out, but when we was together, we had something. You know what I mean? Like, that can't be what brings you together on some G shit. Like, that can't be that. So, like, my thing is, like, what does Big Stain have to say about this? Like, we gonna know, like, how people really feel when Big Stain get to speaking on this. When A1, y'all know A1 mad. A1, get out your feelings, goddamn me. Yeah, get out your motherfucking feelings, nigga. Yeah, however it is, you know what I'm saying? But when A1 get to speaking on how he feel about them squashing AB, that's what that is. You know, how the gangsters of the family, the Domino Casinos, how do they feel about them squashing beef for what's been said? Big Stain, Double K, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do these niggas feel about the situation? And I noticed when they shot the video or when they got together, none of these individuals was in the room. Okay? None of these individuals that I'm naming were in the room. And these would be the direct brothers of the Casino, not even in the room. You see what I'm saying? So it's obvious. How does D Casino feel about the situation? Like, the younger brother of Boogotti Kasino. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you beef with people, you're not just dealing with them, but you're dealing with, like, look, you talk about Shawnee Boo, huh? You talk about Shantavian. You're not hurting Boogotti. He's accepted it for what it is. He knows what's going on and he understands the internet. But, you know, there's parents, there's relatives, there's family, there's friends who gonna feel some type of way about this. You know, you may not have even just been overtly disrespectful to his mom, but there are people who gonna, anything you say, nigga, is disrespectful. Just keep her name out your mouth if you ain't got nothing positive. And so I want to know, how do they feel? You know what I'm saying? So on some G shit, nah, that shit weak, bro. Y'all should have at least squabbled it out. Y'all did all this on the internet. Y'all could have squabbled. Y'all could have got it out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing happened to where somebody close that both of y'all knew who wanted y'all come together. Like, ain't none of that happened. Jay Prince ain't pull y'all together. Sauce Walker ain't do it. So how you just one day get on the internet and say, man, I think I want to squash the beef, and Boogotti call CJ phone and say, come on, that's weak, bro. Yes, man, come on, man. What, like, see, then you go right after and you make a song. Right after you make a motherfucking song. Like, you couldn't even wait a week before y'all got on the internet. I just want to show this real quick so y'all to see what the fuck I'm talking about. Because they couldn't even wait a week before they just got on the internet and decided to make a song. So we're going to go here real quick. I'm just going to put in LilCj Kasino. And it hasn't even been 24 hours, bro. The video done dropped and all, fam. Like, the video done dropped. Oh,
Put the shit up every day on stash. I put that shit on every day. Nigga drill. Ice on my neck and my mouth and my wrist. I'm MVP and these little nigga bitch. Since I was 13, nigga, I've been the shit star. I can't quit letting I think I got the shit star. Nigga, I'm pissed for. No one was scared that we jumping in real hard. You know I'm a stripper. I just keep fucking your rest of that hoes. I'm eating out the room when she asks me to tip.
However it is, they jump straight to the booth. So I think that's the I think that's the other way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? There are several ways to look at it. Hold on, this is Boogotti calling right now. Hello? Yeah.
Bro, pause it, bro. Hey, what are you talking about, bro, on this shit on YouTube, bro? This how niggas get killed, bro.
Man, what is you talking about?
Bro, you on this bitch, you trying to make it seem like a nigga a rapper or something like a nigga a hoe.
Man, you ain't even watched the video from front to back, P. I just said, like, you gotta, did you watch the beginning or somebody just called you and said I said something? That's what I'm saying. You just calling saying what some nigga done.
You shouldn't even say nothing about that shit and did nothing about that shit. Cause look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Watch this.
P, I'm a blogger. That's my job to do. Like when there's some shit like that going on, like y'all gonna end up doing interviews and shit like that on it. Why I can't speak on it?
You could have called me soon and got the real scoop. You just don't tell me. You don't know CJ right here right now. You don't know if me and CJ fought. You don't know if we had a fight. You don't know.
But see, I didn't say that. That's what I'm saying though, P. You gotta go. I'm hearing what you're saying. But I'm saying you gotta go to the beginning, like whatever little sound bite a nigga done heard and called your phone on some messy little hoe shit, whoever it is, Johnny Damn, whoever it is, like nigga go to the. I'm just saying, like nigga need to go to the beginning and hear what I actually had to say, like he probably caught it when he caught it, but like. No, I'm just. That's what I'm saying. Like a nigga really gotta catch the beginning, Peter, to really understand what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga ain't y'all saying it like I'm just out here straight bashing on some. You know, I support y'all coming together. I like that it happened.
Remember that day I said, "Hey, this shit ends today."
Right.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Right.
That shit ended then. So I'm saying. After that, the next week after that, we stretched and did all the shit we need to do and put that shit behind us. Now we dropping it. So for you to get on this bitch and just be like, oh, they did the next day, and then later, there wasn't no shit behind it. You know that. We just kept everything off the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we watching this shit, we like, oh, this shit wrong. You know, you could have called us and let us know how this shit to get together. You know what I'm saying? You know, nigga gonna tell you want to break.
Right. Now overstood though, but I'm just saying, like I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm breaking down really perspectives, P, on how people is looking at it. The first perspective was like I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know, and I explain why. Then I guess once y'all done tuned in, y'all seeing me you know, going in on the other perspective on how people is looking, because there's multiple perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like, this how some niggas is looking, because y'all didn't put it on the internet, so niggas is going to assume based off of what they able to see. You know what I'm saying? They was able to see them. Right.
We kept everything on internet.
Right.
We did that on purpose.
Right.
When we get you, we see you got your whole own story. You know what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? None of this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all we say.
Right. No, I see what you're saying. I just.
You know, I want to call away. You know, I'm an issue. I see something on like that was just some shit. Doing right.
Right.
Hey, bitch, I did not motherfucking go to your goddamn story. We was on Key Talk Media, and that was the next thing. You chilling. You saying some Johnny put that on? Hell no.
You know, I just know who be tuned in, you know what I'm saying, to the streets, you know what I'm saying.
Johnny did put that shit on.
I'm knowing who put it on. Johnny put it on Sunday. Man, look at this whole ass nigga RealToon. I'm knowing what's going on.
Stupid, I just had to call you, bro. You could have, you know, damn well you could have called me and TJ, bitch, and we would have broke the story for you, because we would have done everything, bitch. You would have been able to broke the story, break the story, got all the background shit, nobody knew nothing about it. You would have been the only guy. tripped out. Bitch, all you had to do was call. That was it.
Right. You right about it though, P. I should have called.
And then you know, like you a nigga for real. You got our numbers, bitch. You can call. You ain't no blogger who don't know us, bro. You know me, NC. They ain't shit to call us. Hey, bitch, what happened? What the fuck? Y'all put that shit together. It seems fast. What happened? They gonna tell you. Yeah, this how we woo.
Right. Well, shit. Let me finish. I'm gonna hit your line, P.
All right,
See, let me tell you something. To all the bloggers watching, this is why you don't become friends with rappers, because then they get to holding you accountable. Stop fucking chewing on shit. Come here. And then they get to holding you accountable. But the reality of what I'm saying and the point that I'm making is that there's several ways to look at this shit. Fuck what happened between them niggas. It's several ways to look at this shit. You got the first, which is my perspective, the black man's perspective. Like, you niggas been beefing too long over nothing. Dead that shit. But then you got the gangster perspective. Like, nigga said too much has been said on the internet for y'all to come together. And then you got the third way to look at it. Like, man, y'all niggas do what y'all got to do. Get that shit out the way. And let's get back to getting the money. So I just had Boogotti Kasino call my phone. This is how you know I fuck with Lil Boo. This nigga call my mother phone. Interrupt my motherfucking live. I don't even be having time to go live no more. This nigga interrupt my motherfucking live to tell me that I'm in the wrong. I'm like, how the fuck am I wrong? I'm saying I agree. I guess, but I got to going off on what people might think, and right then and there, he told me. CJ Kasino and Boogotti Kasino actually fought. They got it out the way. This was 2 weeks ago when CJ initially made the post, and assumingly from what CJ Kasino told me, what he told me, it was dead right then and there. 2 weeks later, they got together, and that's what hit the internet, because they controlling their own narrative. They ain't put out the fact they fought. They ain't put out see, I'm gonna tell you something. When you don't put out the fact that you fought, you doing yourself both a service and a disservice, because the disservice is people need to know. Like, we need to know you're not no hoe, fam. We don't know if you on some rap shit. Like, to me, it looked like some rap shit. It looked like some rap shit, bro. Y'all niggas was just, I'm talking, this ain't even 2 months old. Like, Boogotti, CJ gets locked up at South by Southwest. Boogotti and South by Southwest talking big shit like this. Like, so from the outside looking in, this looks like major rap shit going on, right? Literally, some major rap shit is literally going on right now. You know, whether niggas agree with it or not, that's what it is, right? And that's cool. But the service that you're doing is that when you don't put it out, it's like you leaving it in the streets, number one. Number two, by not declaring a winner per se, you're not embarrassing the other individual. So you're really keeping it player. Now, it ain't like these niggas is Zero and Trey to where the beef is just in the Houston streets, right? Except for when, Willie D and Scarface got to bringing up shit they shouldn't have brought up, right? They shit is literally in the streets. So when shit in the streets, y'all can get it out the way and, whoop, and won't nobody know. But y'all shit all over the internet, plastered everywhere. So, you gotta, be willing to have some scrutiny behind it. Now, what I will say is that regardless of your stance on the situation, what you gotta respect is a nigga gangster. Like, you have to respect the fact that these niggas said that regardless of what anybody else around me may think about the situation. Because like I said, I'm hearing what Boogotti's saying. I'm hearing what CJ's saying. And it's lining up. But until I hear it out of D Kasino's mouth, A1's mouth. But what does 21 Shots have to say? Like, let's get a Erica, can you get 21? Somebody tell him, man, I need my little nigga Aaron, my little nigga let me not do my nigga like that. But somebody tell 21 Irwin on his ass. Look, somebody tell my nigga 21, man, free 21, by the way, man. Real East Side Doughboy. Like, what does he have to say about this shit? And I'm gonna tell you, 21 gonna keep it gangster. Like, he's gonna, regardless of like the little whole shit here and there, he's gonna express how he feels, right? What does 6 Shots have to say about this? I'm pretty sure 6 Shots is for this, by the way. But what does Double K have to say? Big Stain. Niggas like that. What do they have? That's gonna let you know. But as I said before, what you gotta respect is the fact that them niggas said, nigga, fuck what them niggas gotta say, nigga. However they feel, nigga, address that when you see me. Like, stand on how you feel. And I'm gonna say this. The funny thing is, like, that ain't Boogotti's first time. Like, Boogotti, you gotta kind of respect his gangster. Cause it's like the funniest shit ever, right? He's not the type of nigga who like, okay. He is the type of nigga who is gonna stand on what he believes in, right? He is the type of nigga who's gonna say, okay, we was beefing, now we not no more. He did it with Yayo, right? The East Side, he went against the East Side for Yayo. CJ rode with Boogotti in going against the East Side. He did it, but he did it for, his family, right? Boogotti. Boogotti did it just because that's what he was on. I'm locked up with Coon Pappy. So now, me and Coon, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and, this how it's going. So he's not, like, new to going against the grain for what he's standing on. And 21 of them even said, yeah, when we seen that nigga in the hood, like, it wasn't all good. Like, like, nigga, you over there with them ops. Like, shit, we felt like he was going against the hood too. So, I'm very much so interested in seeing how this plays out. Hopefully they can make some good music and some great business. I think they wasted 2 years of their life entertaining beef. At least 2 years of their life was wasted, right? Imagine if the Casinos were together and so there's opportunities, right? There's opportunities and there's windows of opportunities. Okay. So an opportunity come around every so often. A window of opportunity, you either catch it or you miss it. You just have a short window. I feel like when RealToon was covering the Fort Worth music scene, when Jada was alive, Ape Gang Almighty was free, before 21 Shots went to the feds, before Go Yayo started beefing with Scoot Up, because this all happened around the same time, right? Who else? D Kasino, still in high school, getting ready to graduate. Jose Reckless. These niggas had an opportunity to literally take Fort Worth global. Around that time, the Fort Worth music scene was very hot because everybody was beefing and I was covering it, right? So we had platforms shining light on what they had going on. They were producing great music, and then there was a lot of plex, right? And then you had a few known artists who was moving and grooving and at the centerpiece of the plex, participating and agitating and targeted, right? I think that is one of them things where it's never too late to end nothing, but imagine what they could have accomplished if they would have stuck it out, right? Just imagine. You got 21 shots on the label. Lord knows he's not the best rapper, but he do drip. Shit, CJ could write all his lyrics. If Boo and CJ never fell out, Jada would probably still be alive. I'm not gonna say that. I hate re-looking at shit like how things could have been differently, but I'm pretty sure if them niggas wouldn't have got into it, it would have gave the youngins a little something different they can look to, right? And seeing them two beef is like it fuels the beef. Like, we beefing, that's what we doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, I'm 1,000% positive that if they would have squashed this and figured this out sooner, like, a lot would be different. A lot of the people who in the feds probably wouldn't be in the feds. A lot of them would. Probably a lot of them would. But for the most part, if they were together and they didn't waste 2 years beefing, but they were able to make power moves, because let's keep it gangster, right? Boogotti is significantly better as an artist, and I'm proud of him. I'm glad he is. But it's hard on Boogotti, because a lot of times Boogotti had to handle the business. When you are fucking with business, it's hard to really develop your artistry because you're worried about everybody else. You're worried about the label. Now, if Boogotti was able to just focus on that, and CJ is able to be an artist, deal with artist development, you got Johnny Damn D, who is an amazing producer on your team. You know what I'm saying? Enchanting at this time was still in place. She was still figuring it out. Like, this before, like, the 1017 shit, for real. Like, right? Like, this is before a lot of that. A lot of it. And so just imagine Enchanting a fuck around be Kasino and then sign the Gucci. So now she's rocking the Kasino chain and the whoopty whoop. And, next thing you know, they're getting a Kasino label deal, and they got all of these artists. And now every artist who comes out of the East Side, they got their pick at. Lil Rodney comes out. So now Lil Rodney's not back and forth in jail because he got Boogotti to listen to. He's more inclined to listen to Boogotti because he has CJ, right? So it's like Bougotti's one thing by himself, but with CJ, like, he's more of a star than Boogotti. Bougotti's a star too, but he's kind of like a street nigga. CJ, he's a street nigga, but he's not like a street nigga. We don't respect CJ as a street nigga. We respect him as a rapper because his artistry, he got a little more drip. He's swagging a little harder than Boo. You know what I'm saying? And he's on it he's dripping full time. I guess that's the difference. Like, there's times when Boogotti shirt off, muscle shirt on, platinum FUBU, 04. You know what I'm saying? He's not dripping full time. Sometimes he don't got his chains on. However it is, CJ is full time dripping. So, that alone gives it another aesthetic. That's like if, how do you say, Maserati J approached you about on signing the TSF, but Sauce Walker done left, and then you got Sauce Walker and Maserati J, you know what I'm saying, or Sauce and Sosa, you know what I'm saying? It coincides really well when you have that extra support. And so I just think within a 2-year time span, they wasted so much time and they lost so much opportunity. Lil Rodney is probably going to face juvenile life and not going to get out until he's about 18 at least. He's 14 now, 15 now. He probably going to do a few years in TYC. You know what I'm saying? I hate that for Lil Bro, but it's the reality of it, of the situation. Fort Worth is one of those places where they spit out talent, but it's definitely interesting though. Definitely interesting. I just hate it was so late. Like, even if you look at the situation that they dealing with, like the song they just released is back on Half Pint's platform. So you can see that they've considered the old formula and things that worked and went that route, but it also hasn't been much elevation, just a bunch of stagnativity. And because there's been a bunch of stagnation going on, I think it was a better reason for them to get together because they were stagnant. And you get back together, and now instead of building on what y'all have created, y'all have to rekindle chemistry. Y'all have to do this over. Y'all have to do that over. I'm sure there's some things that Boogotti's going to have to make right. You know what I'm saying? I think CJ, all of CJ's music will probably be put back up. You know what I'm saying? There's shit like that has to go on, and then y'all move forward. But you done wasted so much time plexing over nothing. But I'm gonna say this though. Shout out to Montreal Wilson, man. I see you just bought a badge, P. You know, I appreciate that. But I'm gonna say this. Y'all. I'm gonna say this. I think Boogotti and CJ really set a precedent in Fort Worth. The precedent was already set though with us at the church. So I'm not just gonna say they set the precedent, you know what I'm saying? But because I feel like I definitely set the precedent in the murder as far as that. And everybody who participated, you know what I'm saying, from the Big Evils, Action Blood, the list is long. Johnny Blood, Terry Lynn, T. Lynn, on down to the youngsters, right? But at the same time, we got to give them credit for coming together on their own. They came together on their own and said that this is something that they want to do. And that's how you'd prefer it, right? Like nobody, like if your parents got to tell y'all to come together and be cool, then it's like y'all going to be cool. But unless it's really in your heart, and we're going to get to see if it's really in their heart. And I feel like it got to be to a degree. If they call me just now on the phone and was together and defending each other, like, hey, bitch, this what went on, and well, you can even see, like, let me say this about CJ Kasino, because this nigga here, he's really grown, fool. And you can kind of see, like, it's almost like it make a nigga smile, because I watched you, P. I watched you grow up. You know, when niggas is young, they do a lot of peon, little bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? Just being hot-headed and young. You know what I'm saying? Niggas do young nigga shit. And you can kind of see, like, just like he don't got time to play no more. Like he's not playing. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like he's more of a politician than he is a pawn. You know, on the chessboard, pawns are powerful pieces too, right? A pawn can become a queen. A pawn could become a rook. A pawn could become a bishop. A pawn could become anything it want to be, but the pawn is also a front line. So instead of CJ being front line on some weird shit, he politicking, making the best position to put the king in position. You know what I'm saying? He's playing like a king, and I respect that. Like I can't help but respect him coming together, because if anything, I think Boogotti would have been came together if CJ was winning. Before Boogotti ever got disrespectful, I think it took a while. It took for Boogotti to just get there. Like it just took for him to just be like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. You know. But however it is, man, look, I'm about to drop a link. Anybody who wanna get a opinion on, you know, how y'all feel shit should have went between the casinos. Cause I want to know, like, you know, y'all with me saying that is cool, or is y'all like, man, it's some whole shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped the link. Like, are y'all with me saying that it's cool, or is y'all with me, you know, saying like, hey, what perspective do y'all stand on? And then I'm gonna tell y'all another thing, and this is the final thing that I'll say about the situation, is I hate when people beef, because you have to almost pick a side, right? You have to pick a side. So you got people like TSF, Boogotti. Man, y'all fucking with CJ more than me, nigga. Fuck CJ. What y'all? Woo. So now it's like, now you don't rub this nigga the wrong way, you know, and understandably so. But it's like when people is beefing, that's what you, just for y'all to get back cool. So that's one of them things. What's one of them situations where You know, you just never know, and you got to take it at face value. So as far as I'm concerned, man, I think they did some gangster shit, but we gonna have to see. We gonna have to see. We'll ultimately know, though. I'm gonna tell y'all. We'll ultimately know if Big Stain, Double K, A1, D Kasino come out and say, "Hey, this is what this is." And if they do, that's gonna stop a lot of bullshit in Fort Worth. And that'll also put CJ and Boo on another level. Like if they come together and do this right and have they pick of the litter, because see, now you gotta see how does Murder Gang PB feel about this? Because he still associates with CJ. And man, I can't associate with CJ if I'm Boo. If you fucking with the option, they talking about me. So you know how like can they might this beef alone stopping this beef, they might can put the whole city together, force Yayo to cut the bullshit out and come in line. It's all possible. There is potential. But it's for us to see. It's for them to figure out and for us to wait and speculate.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room.